Sup? Yeah. Hey, I have a new knife that I found through Six Leaf. And so we're going to check it out. But it's in the no name box. Yeah, and I'm not even sure if it has a name to the knife. I think the first thing I'm going to have to do is get a name for this thing. Titanium scales and a titanium pocket clip, titanium backspacer. Yeah, look at this. And I think it's 10 CR steel. I'm not sure. I don't think it says it anywhere on here. But yeah, that's why I got it. Look at it. Well, I should say it's why Timber's Edge Knives got it, and I was able to put my hands on it. Because, as I've mentioned before, um, Timber's Edge Knives is now moving Six Leaf product here in the U.S. And so this was a product that I believe came from them. And it's got that typical YangJiang quality to it. But have you noticed a unique feature about this yet? There's one visible screw, and it's right there in the pivot. Look at this show side. And of course, it's interesting because we talk about badging, but I wonder how many people are going, well, I wish it said something on. Yeah, no badging whatsoever. Just this wonderful titanium and I think 10 CR. But I am going to set this down and see if I can't give you a little better information. Yeah, so yeah, the best I can find is that it's just listed as folding knife. But it is specifically saying that it's 10 CR15 MOV steel. Yeah. I mean, I interesting. Well, I mean, let's run through it. I I kind of see I see how this knife functions. So I think I bought another six leaf or an RIHE design or something from that YangJiang Guangdong province um, that was similar because here's how you get it apart. There's a screw straight down that once that's taken apart and this is taken out, the knife will come apart. And so it's got this unique system holding it down here. And I guess I'll just show it. You know what? Let's take it apart, man. I've got another video on another knife where I think I took it apart. I can't get it with this, so I got to use my long skinny bits. So if you're going to get one and you picked up one of these from Timber's Edge Knives, this ain't going to get it done because it's too fat and you can't get in between those scales. But I believe how I got in the other one was with this kit right here. Let's see. That looks to be about a T6 there. That's a T8. So we got to go down one more because I'm pretty sure that one inside there is a T6. And it might actually be this bit right here. And you can find this kit. I bought this from Amazon. This kit right here, this Ranch bit driver and the kit. I believe there's a link in the video to. This is some Weehaw bits right here. This is a Weehaw bit. I'm sure of it. Yeah, that's a Weehaw T6. So you can buy Weehaw bits for this size. The Ranch kit came with these. Yeah, so that bit is not going to make it. So I'm pretty sure it was this one right here. Yeah, that's a lot longer. It's going to allow me to get down into that screw. Who is that tight? Yeah, I'm not liking what we're running into here. I am going to switch up because um, one of the reasons that I got away from this right here is because it's hard to grip. It does have a unique feature. Look at that. You can extend your grip on it. Doesn't help much working with disassembling knives, because what I find more times than not, disassembling of knives, I don't need reach and all that stuff. What I need is torque. Yeah, I have to get down and torque it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna step all the way up to my top torque machine. It's not my top torque machine, but it's my top screwdriver like one. My top torque machine is a little ratchet wrench type thing. All right, let's see if I can get enough on it to get this out. Boy, I can tell you this. If you buy this knife and you're going to disassemble it, make sure you got the right tools, because that was in there and it was tight. And so I struggled to get enough torque with this bit driver. And then if you don't have a good bit, Torx bit, you'll strip the bit, you'll strip the screw, who knows? And so, yeah, I don't recommend this one for everybody. Because, of course, that would have been a nightmare if either of those things would have happened. Because now I got a knife that I can't get in, the screw's stripped. I mean, I would have had to punt and just put the pivot screw back in and just say, well, I can't get in the knife. Which wouldn't have been the end of the world, but it wouldn't have been a positive thing either, would it? Come on, man. So I'm going to get some help prying it apart. It's like it's holding on here in the middle. There it is. Just this one pin was set really hard. There it comes. So nice skeletonization going on that scale. Here's part of that locking mechanism. And so the way that locking mechanism works, I try to bring, let me get rid of the blade. We don't need the blade falling out and all that. And it looks to be oiled properly. It looks clean in here. I mean, it's nice. I like it. I'm curious how that pivot works. Like, because this is in there. So how's that pivot set in there? Interesting. Well, we'll take another look at that. Is that a steel washer? Definitely a steel pivot. I mean, it looks like there's a steel washer on there. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same washer that's right here. A little hardened steel washer up against the titanium. And yeah, that is all titanium, except for the steel liner lock. So, anyways, let's take a look at this locking mechanism. So, I'm going to do it upside down so we can kind of see it. But as you can see, it's pinned, and then the pivot. And so the pin goes in, the pivot, but this goes over this piece back here. And when you tighten that down, because it's a beveled screw, that little screw pulls that tight in alignment because the screw is beveled, the hole is beveled, and so it's only gonna fit one way. And as you tighten that, it pulls that tighter, and it's really effective. I mean, the other knife that I did like this, it's super effective. There's no play in these scales, and I like it. And I mean, what a clean look that it provides. Look at the show side. Nothing. It's brilliant. I don't know if they invented it or have borrowed the design from somebody. I can't speak to all that. I've only seen it on a couple of these offshoot YangJiang models that have come out of YangJiang, and I like these little knives, man. I mean, I know that, like if you go on, AliExpress and you look at some of these models, it's hard to take a chance on them because, some of these, they say, well, it's M390 steel, it's titanium, it's this or that. And then the price tag is, $175. And there's no badging, there's no known brand name. I can just tell you for me that I have had good experiences with these pieces coming out of YangJiang, especially if I'm picking them up from Six Leaf or RIHE, some of like some known sources, because to me it's like they're kind of putting their standing, their reputation behind the piece, or they wouldn't be offering it. Six Leaf has come a long way, man. I mean, they're not going to offer some piece of junk and then be measured by that, right? Like that'd be silly for a couple of bucks, right? Make no sense. And 100%, my history with it has been good. Yeah. And so far, this one's kind of standing up to the test as well. It'll take that Pepsi challenge any day of the week. Oh, the fun stuff I could do if I was willing to put in production time. I mean, listen, if I had 100,000 subscribers, maybe I would put in the production time. At that point, I mean, it becomes a job, doesn't it? Right? Like, but yeah, my little tiny channel, the less production I got to put into it, the happier I am, because that production time is work. Nah, come on, man. No, we're just having a circus. Yeah, there's enough oil behind that washer that I can't get a magnet to break the suction. But that's okay, because it didn't look bad. It's not dirty. I mean, I really didn't see anything that made me go, oh, I got to get that out of there and clean it. Yep. We're actually ready to put it back together. I think I mentioned this. Nice skeletonizing here. It's got some skeletonizing along here. And then, of course, both show sides are machined with a lot of skeletonizing. So ultimately, overall, I think the knife's pretty light. Let's go ahead. Let me see that blade. Yeah, we'll go cage up. Open side of the cage is going to go up. And if you don't know why, it's because I put the open side cage of the cage on the bearings. That's the closed side. That's the closed side. And that's the open side. Well, I'll put the open side to whichever is recessed, and it won't be both. So either the scale is recessed or the blade is recessed. Now, on this one, it shows the scale is recessed, but it's got a washer that goes in there. And so it's almost flush. So if it's flat, that's the closed side of the bearing. If it's recessed into the material, like the blade is, then I'll put the other side to it. Make sense? Now, is that the correct way to do it? I don't know. That's the way that my evolution in knife handling, fondling, repair, tuning, sharpening, whatever, has led me to. So it's my golden rule. Open side, closed side. The open side goes into the recess, the closed side goes to the flat part. Well, I knew it was going to fall out. Oh, there it is. I felt it hit my hand, but then I couldn't see it. There it is. Okay, so now I've got pins and liner locks and all kinds of stuff that needs to kind of come together. And if you remember, this middle pin was a real booger. I couldn't hardly get it apart. And so, yeah, it's the same way, going back together. There it goes. And I said that. And then, of course, it goes right together with no stress whatsoever. I'm going to go ahead and tighten that pivot, and then we'll get to that internal screw. Yeah, very nice. Okay. So if you look, we've got quite the gap here. There we go. Now there's a tiny gap here. There we go. Got it closed. And that was that fussy pin. And so this is where it needs to be. So I'm going to go ahead and try to stick this screw on the tip here, like so. Yeah, it's coming together nicely. Oh, seeing it. I got to be careful going in because it bumped it. Yep, bumped it again. Part of it is because I'm trying to show you all. Gotcha. Run that screw backwards a few times. Get it to click in them threads. There we go. I'm going to go easy, go light, get it snug. And then I'm going to come back to it and get a better angle on it so I'm nice and straight out. Put some good pressure on it. And tweak it tight. All right, let's check everything. The pivot is loose, so let's get that resolved. Yeah. It's a one-trick pony. Only got that back flipper. There's no fuller, there's no... Oh, I mean, this is a great example of these knives, man. These YangJiang kind of offshoot, and some of these, as you may or may not know, some of these you'll see with different logos and stuff. Uh, they'll come with one design logo, and then if you search them, you'll find it with another, and so I think is it the state-run factory in Yangjiang? I don't know. I don't have that answer, y'all. I just don't have it. But I know that there's a couple of sellers that I feel comfortable buying this type of product from, and now Timber's Edge Knives is one of those. Like 100%. If they brought this in and then they found it was junk, well, they wouldn't sell it. And 100% if I got my hands on it from over there and I found it to be junk, I'd tell them and they wouldn't sell it. They're not going to run their store down over some junky piece of junk knife. That'd be silly, right? Make no sense. Oh man. And to be honest, I mean, I'll save that comment for a second. So let's run through the knife. It's only got a back flipper. There's no jimping on it, but super snappy. I'm gonna try to fail it. Yeah, it failed right at the very end, but oh, it's like drop shut, super hydraulic, very snappy, and it's got great acoustics. Can you hear it? I mean, this thing's got the kind of sound that I akin to like racking a shotgun. you know, imagine a deer in a field and you step on a branch and what that deer's head does. Well, that's what that knife, the reaction to that's going to be. That sound. Oof. Yeah, so very nice acoustics, wonderful action. I mean, I'm going to give it a to an A minus, only because I could fail it. But as y'all know, I don't put a lot of stock in that failing. I can fail this knife, but it's not because the action is not good. It's just got good detent. It's got a nice liner lock on it. Could I lighten it up? I mean, maybe, but I'll be honest, it runs so well that I don't 100%. I'm not going to bother with it. I'm going to lean towards A minus only because, which this isn't a negative, but it's a one trick pony. The only way in is that back flipper, but that's not bad. I mean, my first buck knife, my first SOG knife way back in the day, and I mean way back, like 70s. They didn't have multiple deployment options and all that kind of stuff. So, that doesn't mean that those aren't a good thing. So, I'm just saying that it's not a necessity. But with it, with that thought in mind, I'll give it an A minus because it's only, it's a fact. It's only got one deployment. But man, is it a good one. Ergonomics, it's very comfortable in hand. The fit and finish is awesome on this. Oh, and again, to the access to the lock bar, this is lowered. This is raised up in there. It's scalloped a little bit. And so it's very intuitive and easy to unlock this knife. Super hydraulic drop action. A to an A minus for sure. Back to ergonomics. That back flipper creates a nice finger guard, nice platform for the thumb, no jimping, but it's solid. It kind of narrows and then widens out. And man, do I like that in the grip of a knife. Beautiful drop point blade, satin finish. Ergonomics, not so confident, very confident. And this thing's just going to go whoop up towards very confident. It's very nice. Reverse grip, yeah, 100%. Grab the clip, cap it with the thumb, locked in behind that finger guard. Yeah, if you're in for a reverse grip, this is super nice. And bonus check. Yeah, 100% I can get here on a nice reverse Pakal style grip. And yeah, this is my preferred grip right here. If I was going to handle this knife as like a backup self-defense piece, and I had a choice, this might be it right here. Yep, very nice. Let's check the pocket clip. And I will say that viewing this knife, this may be the knife's Achilles heel. And it's because, and I don't know why, but something tells me that that's awful blunt going in the pocket. I think coming out it may be just fine, but going in, yeah, there's a fair piece of tension on there. I'm not sure how well this is going to fare going in the pocket. Oh no, it was wonderful. And I know the reason why is because it's actually milled and lowered a little bit underneath there. So standard jean size material is represented there, and it's got a unique profile going there. I kind of like it with the little show right there. It's like, I don't know, two little eyes and a big nose looking out of the pocket, right? Yeah, very cool. Nice. I don't think there's any way it's going to get this stick stuff, but we'll give it a run. Yeah, it's not going to work there. It's large enough for a back pocket carry, in my opinion, so let's check it. How would it fare going into my back pocket? My back door. Oh, yeah. Nice. How's that tension in there? I mean, it may wiggle around, but once it got to this part of the clip, I think it'll hold it. However, the fact that it's got some weight, some mass to it, I'm going to say that the clip is just all right. Just all right for me. But let's check it for safety. Yeah, no blade contact through there. The tip is nicely recessed, so the clip is just all right. The tip is good, and I can handle a knife any way I want. As long as the blade's closed, I won't get the sharp part. It's got a nice little detent on the bottom, holding it closed. Let's give it a quick shake. Yeah, it's good to go. I'm going to test that liner lock. It shows to be 20% locked up. Yeah, it's all good. All right, 10CR15 MOV. YangJiang China factory. Ooh. Base to tip, sharp as a razor blade. Yeah, wonderfully sharp. All right, last thing. These, I should say, are available over at Timber's Edge Knives. Let's get a price breakdown. Okay, I believe these are going to be right around $90. And so if you're subscribed over there, make sure you watch for the email that they send you so you can validate your subscription, your email address, so you can receive marketing, which they're telling me they're getting ready to do some sales, like to pick certain knives and maybe once or twice a month throw like a weekend sale, pick 10 knives or whatever and move some inventory. I don't know. But if you're not subscribed, you won't get that notification, and so you won't know. You won't take advantage of the sale. But if you subscribe, you get 10% off that price, which brings this just a tick over $80, and that's shipped no tax to your door. So 10CR15 MOV, titanium, and no show side hardware. Very cool piece, sharp as a razor blade. Pretty awesome. I don't know. 6 sleeve in brackets folding knife. Yeah, because I don't know what else to call it, man. All right. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching.